Welcome everyone. And today we're going to be learning this lick in C minor pentatonic. So let's change up the scales a little bit. We'll change up the keys a little bit so you get used to playing around, moving around the neck. Again, you can play it in any key. It's going to start in the 5th position. So we're going to start here in C minor. Let's get right into the lick. Everything is double picking. So alternate picking is so important, remember? I probably told you before, but when I first started playing, I taught myself. So I was just playing out of, back then, no internet when I was young, except for like the really slow, like took an hour to load a page, so I couldn't really look up any like tabs and stuff like that. But it was a lot of books, and so it was kind of hard to see what people were doing, especially for techniques. And alternate picking, I just overlooked it somehow. I just didn't think it was important until I had to speed up and play something fast. And you reach a limit with downward picking, right? Obviously, and you just can't go any faster. So I had to stop where I was learning and go back and learn alternate picking and play just practicing alternate picking. Even though I knew a lot of other stuff, I couldn't play it, so I had to go back and learn that first. It's important to get that good from the beginning and try not to skimp on that. Take time to practice it. Really pay attention to your right hand as well as your left, right? So when you're practicing, I saw this Russian classical guitar player. He's excellent, and he had such good advice. A great way to explain practicing, to really slow down, even though you can play things quickly, right? To really take the time and spend some time meticulously practicing very, very slowly. So like, being very aware of what you're doing, because it helps your brain memorize it, helps your hands memorize it in the correct way. One of the biggest mistakes that you can make if you want to be a clean player, if you don't mind playing sloppy, it doesn't matter. But if you want to play clean, which I recommend, is really do that slowly and get it well first before you pick up speed. A big mistake that people make is they're in too much of a hurry, right, to get to the end result, to be able to play something, and they don't care about playing it sloppily. They just want to be able to play it. And I was always meticulous about what I play, so that's why in the end it sounds good, right? You can totally tell the difference once you get your ear there. Totally tell the difference. That's what makes a difference between someone like Slash or Zakk Wylde. Zakk Wylde especially, he's got beautiful technique and he's a very clean player. And that's because he practices meticulously, I'm sure. So really go like that, like really take your time, go slow, pay attention to what you're doing with both hands, very slow. When you can get it very clean that way, then pick up your pace a little bit, speed up your metronome if you're using, and then play it a little faster. Only at a pace you can play it very clearly where you're aware of what you're doing, and always practice it slowly first. It does make a big difference. You might not think so, but it really does burn it into your memory, and it really does train your hands to do it well and correctly. And then when you speed up, you'll notice the difference. You won't make any mistakes. And if you speed up and try to go too fast, it'll just be sloppy and you'll be making buzzing sounds and missing notes and not hitting them perfectly and not getting your finger in the right spot, and it won't be clean. So you'll be able to kind of mimic what it is, but it won't sound nice, okay? So really take your time and do that. He had a great point there, where he would say people might play guitar for a while, right? So you're playing, having fun. There's a difference between that and practicing, which is... okay, which is that stuff, doing it and burning it into your mind in the correct way, practicing your technique, perfecting everything, or as best you can, improving, right? Taking the time for that tedious stuff, because that's what makes all the difference. If you take the time for the tedious stuff, you'll be a much cleaner player. So that's enough of that. Let's get right into the lick. We're going to start with our 3rd finger on the 8th fret on the 6th string, twice, picking it down, up, alternate picking. 1st finger on the 6th fret on the 6th string. Come back to the 8th fret, like this. Bring your 1st finger down to the 6th fret on the 5th string, twice. third finger on the 8th fret on the 5th string. When you hit that 8th fret the second time, you're going to slide up to the 10th fret on the 5th string, so like this. So this 10th fret gets 2 strikes, but the first one, it gets 1 pick, you pick it once. But when you slide up, that counts as the first picking it, as if you were picking it twice, and then you pick it again. So like this. Okay? And then you just continue right up. So the first pattern. So this is first finger on the 8th fret, and then the third finger on the 10th fret, and both of those you pick twice. You continue same way. So like this. First finger on the 6th fret, first finger on the 8th fret of the 3rd string, and then again, third finger on the 10th fret. And this time, when you pick this 10th fret, you do the same thing as before. You slide up to the 12th fret. And when you slide up to the 12th fret, that counts as the first pick, right? The first time you're hitting it, so. And then you just pick it once, so like this. We'll start from the top real slow. Okay. Then you bring your first finger down to the 11th fret on the 2nd string, and you pick that twice, and then your third finger on the 13th fret of the 2nd string, again picking it twice. So. First finger down to the 11th fret on the 1st string, twice. And then bring your third finger back to the 13th fret on the 2nd string once. And that's how it ends. You can vibrato it a little bit if you want to, or slide down. Yeah. So let's go through the whole thing very slowly. A little bit faster. A little faster. All right. So that's the whole lick, and if you have any questions about it, let me know, and I'll clarify if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow for day 13. I believe it's 13 now. And until then, take care. Remember, happy practicing. Play some tedious stuff, but play some stuff you enjoy. So I'll see you then.